start. I'm on my iPad, so it's kind of a weird angle, but so I'm just going to show you. Laura and I are both going to be talking about different things. So what I'm going to go over with you is how I do my meal planning each week. And I just want you to know right up front, I don't know where to look because my iPad's so weird, but I just want you to know right up front that I am not a naturally organized person. Like, I'm not. So don't think that you can't do this. Like, I'm the most, if you know me well, which some of my really good friends that have known me forever are in this group, like, you know that I am very fly by the seat of my pants. You know, I need to write things down. And so that is why this has helped me so much. So even if you're like that, just know that this will help you if you start meal planning. So first, I want to show you something that I started using a long time ago. This is just a regular notebook, like spiral bound notebook. You can see on the top it says meal planning. And you can see this goes back to March 29th of 2016, I think. And so what I do, I don't know if you can see on there, but it's like I write out my lunch or my dinners at the top, and you can see I put like Monday, Tuesday. This is just kind of like where I doodle it out. I put some snack ideas. I put some breakfast ideas. And so what I'll do is every Sunday or sometime on the weekend, because Monday is usually my grocery shopping day, I'll go through and I'll make this list. I use some of my favorite blogs, which I can post under the video once it's posted. I like to use some of our eating plans. So this is the one from 21 Day Fix Extreme. I have the Country Heat one I pull recipes from. Even if you have all access and you don't have access to any of these, any program that you click on has this tab called Program Materials, and it's awesome because you can find all different new recipes. So if you have some time sometime, do that. It's super fun. I use some of my other favorite just random cookbooks, and I just kind of try to see what is on the plan and what I want to try. I'm a person that loves to try new recipes. A lot of people are like that, but then there's a lot of people I talk to that are more like, I want to do the same thing every week, or I want to do the same thing every couple weeks. So whatever is fine, but just know that if you have a plan, you're going to be way more likely to stick to it. And it's just not having that decision to make, like, oh, everybody's going to ask me, my husband's going to ask me as soon as he gets home, my kids are going to ask me. That's one less decision you have to make. One thing Laura and I learned this summer at a training was, like, if you have too many decisions in your life, then you kind of just shut down. And so this is just something, if you already have a plan, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So another thing that I do is, this is the frame I used to use. This is just an 8x10 frame. You can find on Etsy, or you can find free ones on Google where you can print out. This is just a piece of computer paper. You can print out a menu, put it inside, and then you can actually write on your frame, which I never would have thought of, but you can write on here, you see? So you can be like, taco night, but obviously it would be in, where the menu is. Now I have a chalkboard. I'll show you what my husband got me. It was a birthday present. It was pretty cool. I was excited about it. But he got me this menu back here. So it's a calendar, and I love my menu. But whatever works for you, it's just really helpful. The other thing I'll say real quick before I end is when I write out my meals on this paper, I write where I found it. So like this says Hawaiian barbecue chicken wraps. And then in parentheses, it says The Gracious Pantry blog. Because what I used to do is I would write down all these recipes, and then I would be like, okay, where did I find those wrap recipes? Was that in a cookbook? Did I see that on Facebook? So it's such a time saver. And then you can go back and reuse some of your recipes because you either have the blog listed or you have the page number in the cookbook. So I just wanted to say that real quick about meal planning because it's been a lifesaver for me. So anything else, any questions or anything else you wanted me to cover about that, Laura?
No, I think that's great. I do want to tell everyone there's a chat box, and you can type questions in the chat box, and we'll be monitoring questions during the call. So if you don't want to unmute yourself and ask a question, you can type it in the chat box. But no, that is a great way to get started with meal planning, is just like seriously get a notebook just for beach travel, just for meal planning. Keep track of it. I mean, Shannon can go back to when was it?
16.
2016, and see everything she's done. And then you're not constantly having to think of new things. So I'm going to kind of go through the nitty gritty of how in the world do you start this? Because we have several people on the call that have never done a nutritional plan with Beachbody, and we have several that are going to be doing 80-day obsession. It's a super, super exciting time because we have had nutritional plans in the past with these lovely containers, but we've never had one like this, and it's using something called timed nutrition. So before I go further, these are the containers that you get with your pack. And I know some of your packs are on back order, but hopefully you'll get them soon. I guess it's a good problem that so many people are trying to jump on the bandwagon and get healthy, but I know it's frustrating. So you see these containers and you're probably like, well, yeah, right, I'm gonna lose weight. Look at what I get. Look how small these are. But they really aren't. And hold on, let me mute all. There we go. So the point of it is you get more than one container of these a day. So we'll go through the calculations, but green are like your veggies. And a little side note about veggies is you can have unlimited veggies. It will tell you a number of greens, but honestly, you can't go wrong with veggies, and our bodies need veggies. There's so much nutrition in veggies. So, I don't know. There we go. Shannon, you're still like big. It didn't switch to the speaker view for me. Sorry. Oh, well. I don't know what's going on. So do you, because I thought maybe usually it switches to the speaker.
I can see, it's like we're in the Brady Bunch is what I can see.
Okay.
Can you guys see that? Like, do you guys see everybody?
That's the gallery view, but if you click on speaker view, it could be me, but it's you.
Hey.
Laura, I see you when you're speaking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Cool. Okay, so unlimited greens. It will tell you a certain number, but go unlimited. Purple is your fruits, and it will say on your food list sheet, like obviously banana is not going to fit in here. It'll tell you if the food doesn't fit in here, how much of it you should have. Because like asparagus is really healthy, and obviously asparagus wouldn't fit in there. These are yellows, and you will come to notice that yellows are like your beloved yellows. Like you save your yellows, you really plan out your yellows, because carbs have a huge factor with weight loss and maintenance and eating the right carbs. And I know for me, if I'm eating silly carbs, that throws my whole journey off. So carbs are yellow. Protein is red. Shakeology counts as a protein. And then for like different meats, you look at the food list. I don't have my blue container. That's for like healthy fats and cheeses. Orange is for dressings. And then you also get some teaspoons for like nut butters. So that's kind of the container system. So you like fill it up and then you pour it out on your plate. These do come with lids. So if you're taking your food somewhere, you can put a lid on it. So like if you have blueberries or something, you can put a lid on it. But you measure with this and then you put it on your plate. At first I was like eating my salad in this little container and I'm like, that's not working. So I know that might seem obvious, but I'm the type of person that needs to be told the obvious things. So I'm going to actually share my screen and show you what you need to do. Let's see. Okay. Shannon, can you tell me if you can see Autumn right here?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So right now, I'll make it bigger. I have pulled up Beachbody On Demand. And so all of you, if you have purchased your challenge pack, have Beachbody On Demand. You go to beachbodyondemand.com if you're on a computer, or you can download the app. It's BOD for Beachbody On Demand. And you can either do it on your phone, your tablet, or if you have like something on your TV, like Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, you can pull it up there. But when you log in, this is what it looks like. These are all of the workout programs that you get, which is pretty amazing. So since most of us are doing 80-day obsession, I'm going to go ahead and focus on that. If you're not doing 80-day obsession, the process is the exact same for any workout that you choose. So the first thing is an overview, and it'll tell you all about the program. There isn't much up for this yet because it doesn't launch till Monday, but the program materials are there. The second tab is the workout list. And honestly, I want everyone to start here because I didn't even know these were here till I was listening to a call about 80-day obsession. But you need to go through, and Autumn has created these videos of quick start tips and eating plan tips. Please, please, before you make your meal plan or before you even think about it, please watch these tips because she is so honest about everything, and it was really good to hear it from her. So let's see. That's the first thing I want you to do is to watch the 2 videos under workout list. When the workouts are released starting on Monday, they will be listed here, and they are going to release the workouts one at a time for 80 days. And this has never been done before. There's 80 different workouts. You really feel like you're in a live class. It's pretty amazing. So then program materials. Okay, so this is the starter guide. That would be your second step. So first step is to watch the 2 videos. Then you're going to go to starter guide. And in the starter guide, it tells you about the program. It's a PDF file. You are more than welcome to print this out. I just printed out a couple of pages because it is super important to do all of your measurements. I was so against taking pictures of myself, and I didn't for my very first program, and I so wish I had, because it is amazing how you shrink when you are doing a workout, especially like this that has strength and resistance and toning, because sometimes you lose more inches than pounds, and if you don't take your measurements, you're not going to know. So that's where you measure everything, you write it down, and you're going to reevaluate in each phase. Then you need to calculate your calorie target. So there's a whole formula here. So when I did this, you put your current weight in, you multiply it by 11, then you add 600, and those are your maintenance calories. Okay, then you take your maintenance calories and subtract a caloric deficit, and that's your calorie target. So once you have that, then you go down here and it tells you what eating plan you are on, either A, B, C, D, E, or F. Now, it also depends on what your goal is. So as we scroll down, it'll tell you if you're wanting to lose weight, go with this plan. If you're wanting to maintain, go with this plan. Maybe people are wanting to gain weight. They go with this plan. So make sure you know what one of your goals is. If you don't feel like you need to lose weight, then you're going to go with the maintenance plan and eat a little bit more. But if you want to lose weight, then you're going to be eating a little bit less. Now, I do have a disclaimer because my experience in the past is I always am on plan A with my measurements. But I, especially with a harder workout like this, I am hungry. And there should not be a time when you feel hunger, like true hunger. Not just hunger because there's like a cake in front of you, or not just hunger because you're at the grocery store and those snacks look really good. But true hunger. And a lot of times the tell if it's true hunger is like if I feel hungry, I drink like 16 ounces of water. And if it goes away, that's not true hunger. But if it doesn't go away, then that's true hunger. You should not have true hunger. So I calculate in plan A, but I follow plan B. That's just what my experience is. But however, whatever you fall into, I would say try it for the first week. If you feel that hunger, add in a protein or a veggie. Don't add in a fruit or a carb because those affect your blood sugar so much. You could just add in one of these and see how you feel. So sometimes I kind of am in between. What else was I going to say? There has been so much emphasis on it is okay if you do not get this eating plan down day one. We actually want you to take the first 2 weeks to play around with it. That's what's so cool about this program, because most of them are only like a 30-day program. This is a 90-day program, so you have time to figure out what is working for your body. We are all different. You have to figure out what works for your body. So we don't expect you to have all of these container things in your mind ready to go day one. We want you to take the first 2 weeks to learn the process and just enjoy it. And a lot of times, the people in the test group said, you know what, they started out on A for a couple weeks, they wanted to try it, they ended up moving to plan B, or they started out at plan B and they moved to plan C. So it's not like if you don't get this right on day one, your results are going to be compromised. That's not the case at all. So just everyone, we want you to take a deep breath. This is a little different than what we're used to, but it's going to be good. Let me keep going on this. We watch the starter videos, then there's the workouts. Here's how long each workout is. These are a little longer, so you do need to plan ahead. I would suggest getting a planner. Okay. You can obviously read this, but I'm going to go back to here. So let me stop share for a second. Any questions so far, please write them in the chat box. But I do want to emphasize it's totally okay to not have this down day one. We have heard over and over from the test group, like it's okay. We want you to learn the process and learn what works for you. So after you schedule your workouts, you've learned about the containers, now we're gonna pick a meal plan. So let's say I calculated a meal plan B. And Shannon, if I can't see anything when I share my screen, so if anyone asks a question and you need to unmute yourself to answer, or whoever, that's fine. Okay, so let me go back to share screen. And I'm gonna go through, okay, so I'm gonna click on plan B. And I know you guys can all read this for yourself, but it is kind of nice to walk through it together. Okay, so like I said, you can print this out. Now, don't make the mistake I did. I printed it out in black and white. And that, I was looking through and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know what color container that is. So you can also just take notes. You can, just read it from the PDF. It's whatever. So here is the first important part. So in plan B, it says I get 4 greens, but however, it's not gonna hurt you to have extra greens, spinach, carrots, whatever. 3 purples, which are fruits, 4 reds, which are proteins, 3 yellows, which are carbs, 1 blue, which is healthy fat, 1 orange, which is like oils and salad dressings, and 4 teaspoons, which is oils and nut butters. I'm sorry, orange is seeds and dressings, not oils. So like if you're cooking chicken or something and you use some olive oil, you do need to count that as one of your teaspoons. Okay, so timed nutrition, what is it? So timed nutrition is kind of been proven to help you almost train like an athlete. And even though we're not really athletes anymore, we might have been athletes in our childhood, it's not like a bad thing to train as an athlete because you're going to get some amazing results. I don't know if you've seen results from the test group, but it's pretty awesome. Now, when you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. And at first, I was like, there's no way. Like, I work out at 6 a.m. Right here, it says you need to do your pre-workout meal 60 to 90 minutes before. Okay, so that would mean I have to get up at 4:30 to eat. And, people have been like freaking out about it. And you know what? Autumn actually did a video about this, put everyone at ease, and was like, you know what? This is what I am suggesting. If it doesn't work for you, it's okay. So maybe you only eat 30 minutes before your workout, or maybe you're okay with eating right before you do a workout and you're eating right up until the workout. Maybe you don't eat before your workout. So you have to figure out what's best for your body. The most important thing is the post-workout meal. So let's say you just can't eat before your workout. That's fine. You drink your Energize, you do your workout, and then after your workout, You drink your Recover, which many of you have. It's one of the best post-workout supplements. It really helps with soreness. If you don't have it, I would talk to your coach. If you don't have Recover, then just have the fruit with a protein, because Recover is high in protein. So a couple eggs with some fruit. And then 1 to 2 hours after your workout is your post-workout meal. Now, I know we're all busy and we work, so you just have to kind of make it happen. So if it's a little sooner after your workout, it's okay, just as long as you are flooding your body with that nutrition after your workout to feed your muscles. I know for me, I'm going to plan on doing my Shakeology as my pre-workout meal because it's easy. It's all together. I'm going to back my workout up a little bit, but for those of you that have to get to work and you love working out in the morning, you have to just play around with it. I mean, the people in the test group did this and they got amazing results. And so if you want to try it, I think you should. And if it doesn't work out, it's not like your results are going to be compromised. So don't freak out about it. Just do your best. And then you have that post-workout meal, like I said. The containers are over here. So you will print off the food list, and it says, like, the green container. It says what greens are the best. And so the foods towards the top, it's like a hierarchy, are like the foods with the most nutrition. So green, kale is the one with the most nutrition. And if you're drinking Shakeology, you can blend kale and spinach in your Shakeology and not even taste it. It's pretty good. If you don't have Shakeology, I would highly educate yourself on it because it's pretty amazing, and it's going to give you like your daily dose of dense nutrition. It's pretty awesome. So then it goes through each container and tells you the best foods for that container. So you just look at the list, think about what you like, and keep it simple. If you look past this, well, I guess I should keep going on this. So after your post-workout meal, then you're eating it's suggested you eat every 2 to 3 hours. And then these are the containers that go with each meal. If it's not exactly every 2 to 3 hours, that's okay, you guys. It's okay. And if you have to combine a few meals, it's okay. You just do your best. And if you're picking foods from these food lists, you're better off than you probably were last month. It's all clean foods with lots of nutrition, and you're still going to see results. So please don't worry about it. But I still want you to get a notebook, try to write it out as best as you can, and see how it goes. Again, we want you to take the first 2 weeks to figure out what's best for your body. So this is phase 1. There's 3 phases. So here's like an actual example of phase 1 with actual foods. And you know what, you guys? I seriously am going to just copy this exactly for the first week. It's already there. It's super easy foods. I mean, I'm not going to have grilled halibut for dinner every night. I'm going to swap out my proteins. But, I mean, make it easy just to get used to the routine. And then Sundays are your rest day. Rest day, you're not going to have as much food. It's very important that you allow your body to recover. You do self-care, but still keep up with that, okay? And again, there's this document for every single meal plan. Remember, this is meal plan B. Phase 2, which we will have calls throughout this challenge group. So we'll talk about phase 2 when we get there, but there's like these refeed days, and she says it's not like a cheat day, but people in the test group are eating like hamburgers with a white bun, and it's just like kind of a mental break, and really just refeeds you and keeps you going. I don't really understand the science behind it. And then if you keep going, it'll go into phase 3, and then menu planner. So you can print this out and use this as your menu planner if you'd like, which is awesome. And then she gives you different workout blocks. So like I'm an early morning workout person, so I would use the morning workout block example to help me. If I need to tweak it half an hour, I will. But let's say you get to work out around lunchtime, then you're gonna follow the midday workout block. Let's say you work out after work, you're gonna follow the evening workout block. So it's really most important to follow the pre-workout meal, the energize, the workout, recover after, and then the post-workout meal. Those are the most important times to get the nutrition timed. But then again, you know, if it's not exactly on the dot with the clock, it's okay, just as long as you're feeding your body with the best nutrition. Okay, a couple of other things I wanted to show you on Beachbody On Demand to help you learn recipes and things like that. There's actually a Fixate cooking show that Autumn does with her brother. I have to keep going back. And there's like foundational videos about the container system. There's, let's see. Where is it? Hello, Fixate. I missed you. Anyone know where it's at?
It was on the left.
Oh, there it is.
Rows up.
Perfect. So if you click on Fixate, they've recorded over like 100 recipes. But these foundational videos are really helpful for meal prepping, the containers, how to raid your pantry and throw away any temptations. There's even 80-day obsession recipes, and she's going to be posting those. So keep checking back here. Also, it might be a good idea to kind of keep a journal and just kind of write down how you're feeling, if you're feeling energized or really worn down. Because if you have to adjust your food, you may have to. Whether you need to add in more protein, you're feeling kind of like sluggish or whatever it is, it might be good to keep a notebook of just how you're feeling and things like that. Take care of yourself. She recommends like Epsom salt baths to help with soreness. But overall, like, just enjoy it. Enjoy this journey. It's going to be amazing. It's new to us, and we are all in this together. And that's the best part of it. We're all going to be doing this right alongside each other. So once you figure out like what meal plan you're on, then you're going to download the meal plan guide, start writing it out, read, and we are here to help you guys. And so I am going to be posting, let me share my screen one more time. Katie Pasapenka in our group is a first grade teacher at Sand Creek where I used to teach at. And she's very good at like graphics and visuals. So this is her meal plan for next week. And she's going to keep sharing these with us. And in the files section of our group on your phone, it's at the top. We post meal plans there because they're PDFs. We can't post PDFs in a post. So there's already some things there. There's a template. Let me go back to that. So she's on meal plan B. So she works out in the morning. She's waking up at 5 a.m., 5:15. This is what she's going to eat. Now for eggs and stuff, it would make total sense to just hard boil a bunch of eggs and you'd have it ready to go. And then she's going to do her workout. Then she's going to have, now she's not using Recover. So this is what she's doing. Okay. So she's using Shakeology. She's not doing a post-workout meal. So she's going to be adding an extra protein with her meal at 7:45. And then there's her lunch, there's her snack, and there is her dinners. And she even color-coded it.
That is so cute.
Isn't she? When I worked with her, I was like, can you make this graphic? And then lastly, this is kind of cool too. This is another example of some time nutrition. So pre-workout meal is just a half an hour before. So you can kind of tweak it as needed. Post-workout, recover with berries. Then there's the post-workout meal, lunch, snack, dinner. So these are all going to be posted in the files section of our challenge group. But I'm going to stop because that's information overload. But we want to know what questions you have. You can either post them in the chat box or you can actually unmute yourself in the corner and just talk.
I wanted to say something real quick about the Fixate recipes.
Yeah.
I know the first time I was looking at them, I was just clicking on the videos because they're videos. But if you don't want to watch the whole video and you want to see just the recipe, if you click on program materials and then recipes, it's in a PDF, and then you can just instead of having to watch every single video. Because I remember when I first tried that, I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, you can do that.
Oh, that's great. I had no idea. Because I'll be honest, I haven't really looked much at that because I didn't want to take the time to watch the videos.
Yeah, and then you can have grocery lists too with it.
Oh, really? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you don't have any questions, then here. I'm bad with veggies. How do you do the spinach with eggs? So I think when I do spinach with eggs, like I'm doing like scrambled eggs. So I put in like a bunch of spinach, like baby spinach, and it cooks down to like nothing.
Oh.
And then I kind of add the eggs with it and mix it up with it. And eggs is really good with spinach and tomatoes, and then just put a little cheese on it too. Another tip with veggies is salads. If you count on a salad every day and just load up, you can count on a big dose of veggies. And make sure when you meal prep, which we'll talk about this in the group this week, but cut them all up. Like when you get home from the store, set some time aside to peel and cut, put them in baggies, containers, so then they're ready to go.
Yeah, I do the same thing with the spinach, Janelle, like just sauteing it and then cooking it down. I also like to do quiche, or you could do like a crustless quiche or frittata. And then I do the same thing as Laura said. Like I like to buy those little baby cucumbers and like carrots and celery and bell peppers and just chop them up, and then you've got them ready to go. And you could even fill them in the little green containers.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jennifer. Hey, every morning, like I do like a veggie scramble. So I have spinach in mine, but I also add other veggies to it. Like I chop up some mushrooms and some onions and some bell pepper. So you still get the spinach in it, but you also get some of those other flavors. So that might help you as well. Or get like some salsa or something and put that on top of your eggs, because salsa, I believe, is a purple. So if you want to eat something like that, it can kind of be like a Mexican type eggs, but that helps with the flavor too and not make it so bland.
Yeah. Ooh, salsa is actually a green on this one.
It is?
Yay!
It's freshly made. It says freshly made or pico de gallo. So hey, that's you. Or the grandma's tomato sauce from Fixate. That's green. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. So what, Laura Hannah, what was your question? I saw.
Yeah, go ahead and ask. Do I need to?
Okay, I got it. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, I've been in and out and around about. So my questions were with and I don't have the thing in front of me right now, but is it option 1, 2, 3, like after the pre and the post, then there was, I don't remember if it was called options.
Oh, Jennifer, I think you know those.
Yeah, so after your, like I'm doing B, so you have your pre-workout meal, which is a green, a red, a yellow, and a teaspoon. And then you have your energize, you work out, then you do your purple and your recover. And then your meals, the way I looked at it is like, I think it said like an hour and a half to 2 hours after your recover. I kind of took that as, especially if you work out in the morning, as your lunch, because it's more containers. And then it's like you get 2 smaller snacks before your supper meal, because it seems like the one that you eat right after recover is a bigger meal, and your last meal of the day is going to be a little bit bigger. If you work out in the morning, I've just focused more on that because I kind of work out in the morning more than the evening block. And I was watching her this morning. I was watching Autumn this morning, and she was talking on the video. And I believe, and I thought, I'll have to rewatch it and make sure, but I thought she said on your days that you have rest days, you could switch up the order of your meals, but it's just supposed to be on your rest day. The other days you need to eat those containers in that order, is from what I understand. But I'll rewatch it and make sure.
But yeah, like Laura said, like, I don't know if you were here for this part, Laura Hannah, but she said that Autumn did a video that said, like, don't stress if you don't do it perfect the first week, you know, like, just do your best. And
Oh, where'd she go?
We lost Shannon.
Shannon disappeared. Okay, I think when I rewatch, I think it will make more sense. I think I was trying to figure out if those were like like you could do this or do this or do this, or if it was like 3 different meals and they were just calling them those things, whether you have it be lunch, snack, dinner, or what have you. So that was my confusion.
Oh, I see what you mean. Option 1, option 2, option 3. I don't know why they call them options.
I think they just call them that just because it just depends on when you start your workout block, because one might be a lunch to somebody, but it might be their breakfast to another. That's how I kind of took it. That's why they were calling it options instead of breakfast, lunch, snack. That's how I took it.
Okay.
So essentially those are just the order of what you eat when in that 2-hour blocks.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a little confusing. Yeah, and we were just saying, Laura, like, we're planning on just kind of the first 2 weeks figuring it out. I mean, we're all going to make progress just by eating these healthy foods. But following the foods before and after are the most important to try your best on, I guess. So we're all going to be learning together. And if it's not perfect, we're still going to make progress because we're still flooding our bodies with some amazing nutrition. So
yeah, I'm not overly worried about it. I feel like I will shoot to do it as close to that as possible. And if it works, great. And if I am off by an hour or 2 or whatever, like you said in something previously, yeah, as long as I'm eating the right containers, and I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually was given a video today from my coach, Erin Young. She did a call with someone from the test group, and it was like all about this too. And I'll post it in our group tomorrow. That she said was very helpful too. So yeah. Any other questions? Just so you guys know, we're planning on doing a call at least every other week, and just having time to catch up, ask questions if you need motivation. I've never done that with a challenge group, but I love coming together face to face. And honestly, it's just going to be put something in the chat box that you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it. And so I think that'll be really great for us. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Cool. Thank you very much for doing it.
Yeah, sure. This is great. I'm going to stop.